Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon channel. Andy O'Reilly, present and accounted for. Dave Cackley is kind of loosening up the tie there, setting the mood. We're getting ready for a little news. And I got a question for you, though.
Go ahead.
What are you watching on TV nowadays?
Oh, that's a good question. I've started binge watching House of Cards.
Oh, so you got the Netflix thing.
I love Kevin Spacey in anything is fantastic, and you really get an idea of how the political system actually works.
Yeah.
Because The West Wing was the last really highly rated, highly critical political show.
Yeah.
And this one blows it away.
Does it really?
And people in the know are saying that is closer to how our government actually functions
Really?
than anybody's really comfortable with or wants to admit. But the backroom deals, all the kind of seedy stuff that you think goes on does go on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
So, the reason I ask is because, you know how you see those articles pop up, what shows may or may not survive.
Right.
I watched two. This is where it's come for me. I watched 2 network television shows. I love The Last Man on Earth on Fox, which is hilarious.
That's great.
Oh, it's outstanding. And I'll tell you what, there's a character on there who plays this guy's wife, supposedly. You know, she is on par with Don Knotts as far as all-time television characters. She's that.
I've never heard a woman compare.
Kristen Shaw is her name.
Never heard a woman compared to Don Knotts.
What I mean by it is her character. It's just dead on, like he was with Bonnie Fife. You know what I mean? He never missed a beat as Bonnie Fife. This Kristen Shaw chick is the same way with her character on this Last Man on Earth. But that one seems fine. You know the one I'm bummed about? They're saying that 2 broke girls can go away.
I never really got into that. I mean, I saw a couple of episodes. It was kind of funny, but it's
it's like 2.5 Men with Girls.
Yeah, but not as funny.
You don't think so?
No.
We've gotten a big kick out of it. We've always liked 2 broke girls. I was surprised to see that was, quote unquote, on the bubble.
Well, Max, I saw one of those episodes with Max, and he was confused that one of the main female characters is Max, and it confused.
Yeah.
Wait, that's a boy's name. Why is she? I said no, it's Max short for Maxine. And it still confused him. He's like, no, that's not right. He was convinced that's just not right. You can't name a girl
Max.
Max.
Did he look at you and say, Did he ever ask you, Dad, if I show up in a dress someday and call myself Maxine, is that okay?
Max, I will love. I've always I will love you no matter what. I'm just a
Father of the Year.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, dude! You get a gold star on the fridge today. Go home and tell your mom you get one. What are we doing?
Before I get into the actual news, the Twitter just blew up yesterday with the Sean Spicer comparing.
Oh my God!
It was one of those things. I actually watched the press conference. You could see him in his mind as he was saying it, going, "What am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I saying this?" And it's if you're gonna make a Hitler comparison, you just got to get the facts straight. That's the thing. You can't.
You think?
I mean, because Assad is a horrendous dictator, responsible for roughly 250,000 deaths. Okay, but you can't say, well, even Hitler didn't X, Y, or Z. You can't go there. You can't do it.
I'm going to say this, and I've after the election was done and everything else, I've made a very, very, very conscious effort to keep my mouth shut. And you know what I mean? Because in our business, you got to kind of, ride that line. I've got my own opinion of things, but what I cannot get over, and yesterday was the final nail in the coffin, was the inept people that he's put in place to do jobs around Washington. I mean, you got this Banyan guy sitting on the National Security Council. I'm sorry, but you do not get to do that until you have gotten through some levels of military and politics. You don't walk in as a business advisor off the street and get that.
He might be on the chopping block, by the way. That's the latest. So we'll see.
Yeah. So there goes Banyan. You got Spicer who cannot get anything straight, and I think he's intimidated when he gets up in front of the press. I think he's scared.
What's weird is he's actually morphed into the Melissa McCarthy caricature of him from Saturday Night Live.
himself.
It's amazing. He's more like Melissa McCarthy doing Sean Spicer than he is Sean Spicer. It's amazing. And I feel kind of bad for him just because this is a really, I mean, he's the voice of the president, and this isn't necessarily a criticism of Trump. It's a really hard kind of, we'll go this way one day and we'll go that way the next.
One day?
What do you
We're talking 5 minutes, Brad's here, pal.
It's just like the stream of, it's a stream of consciousness presidency, and it's too early to grade it. I don't want, after 4 years, then I'll make my decision. But
yeah, I like I say, I've done my best to just keep my mouth shut because, hey, that's how it works, and I don't necessarily have to agree with it. But on the other hand, this kind of idiocy makes us all look like we just came off the set of Dukes of Hazzard. That's just stupid.
It's interesting though when you're doing these Hitler comparisons. When you bring up the name Hitler, if you don't say worst human being on the history of the face of the earth, it's going to make it sound like he's not that bad a guy. That's obviously not what he was saying. But even Hitler wasn't the worst dictator of all time. If you just go by body count, Mao in China was responsible for like 75 million deaths. Stalin was responsible for about 60 million. Hitler was third, I think, with between 17 and 20 million. But he is the gold standard. And if you're going to make a comparison, you can't say even Hitler wasn't. Never a good.
Yeah,
never. You just can't go there.
And what really got kind of bothered me too was he said that we didn't use any gas. I put a little thing out yesterday. Do you know we used 58 between everybody in World War II? It was somewhere around the ballpark of 58,000 pounds of chemical weapons. Just idiot. I thought you were dumb. Then this guy came along.
Oh, come on now. And he's obviously not a dumb guy. It's just when we've been in this business a long time where it's our job to talk. When you start to say something and it doesn't come out quite the way you wanted it to, it can become a mess. You and I have both stepped in it from time to time. So,
well, you more than me.
I wasn't going to say anything, but. All right, news. Let's do it.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's talk about Brett Favre.
Wait. This is on the air?
You and me.
I didn't know that was on the air.
Let's get the news.
President Trump said on Tuesday that North Korea is looking for trouble and vowed to get the murderous regime of Kim Jong-un under control with or without the help of China. The Chinese have traditionally acted as a counterweight on North Korea, helping to moderate some of their actions. Trump indicated a favorable trade deal could await China if they stepped up pressure on North Korea.
Well, lucky them.
Yeah, could get a sweet deal.
Everything we get comes from China. We're going to give them a favorable trade deal? How's that working out?
Who knows?
I'll tell you what. We're going to give you wheat. Help us out with these North Korean guys, and we'll give you some wheat.
Third of the tobacco in North Carolina.
That's right. You guys need tobacco? It's good stuff.
We can add a little something to it. We know people who know people. Who know Colombian people. All right.
That's right.
Mexican soccer player from Tijuana is being held in San Diego. I had to do this because we haven't had a good meth story in a while. After he attempted to smuggle nearly 50 pounds of methamphetamine into the United States, 21-year-old Daniel Andres Gomez had missed practice since last Wednesday, and friends and family were frantically looking for him, citing a complaint filed in the U.S. District Court earlier this week. Gold.com said the man was arrested after drugs were discovered in his car on the Otay Mesa crossing. So if you're on the Otay Mesa crossing, not have 50 pounds of meth in your car.
Not a good
Never a
thing
good
to do.
thing.
Ever tell you about the ski trip I took a bunch of listeners on way back at KLQ?
What happened?
This is right before they fired me. They sent me out of town for a weekend up to Searchmont, Canada, with a couple busloads of listeners. I get these people up there, and we're all in the North Camp Mall parking lot waiting for the buses to depart. I get on the bus and I said, "Look, we're all here to have a good time. We're all here to party. Everybody's going to have a great time skiing in Canada, but we are crossing an international border." I said, I want you to think about one thing. And they go, oh, they're sitting there listening. And I said, we've got about 100 people on these different buses. And imagine how upset they'll be if we have to stop at an international border because you've got something in your bag you shouldn't have. About 6 people got up and went and cleared out their bags. Great, no pot this weekend.
Andy's not letting me have any
Thanks,
fun.
Andy, for being a stick in the mud. But you know what was really cool about that trip, too? On my way back, we stopped at the duty-free store. And since I was the chaperone of the bus and I had no idea you got to do this, I'm coming back, and I go in and tell them we get these buses. What's the rules? You can get a carton of smokes, a bottle of booze, and a case of beer per customer. They all go through. They get their duty-free stuff. I go back into the shop at the guy that runs its request at the end of it, and he goes, "You've got $400 and some odd credit for being the chaperone of the bus."
What?
That's what I said.
What?
I know. The chaperone got like a percentage credit of everything of the bus. So I bought like a really, really expensive bottle of cognac, and I bought a case of Molson Triple X beer, which was like 7.5% alcohol level compared to the 4 or 5 for regular beer. I didn't get cigarettes because I didn't need them, but yeah, I was like, whoa, really?
That lasted you almost a weekend, probably.
That's right. Back in those days, yeah, you're right.
God.
I took my time with the cognac, actually. That lasted quite a while.
Man. Good God. God bless Canada. God bless Canada. An incident at a Michigan Pepsi bottling. This is hysterical. A bottling company led to environmental concerns after more than 70,000 gallons of Mountain Dew syrup spilled into a floor drain and into the plant's internal sewer system last month. Officials with PepsiCo in Howell say most of the spill was contained after creating a, quote, huge foaming event. The soda apparently could have had a toxic effect on aquatic life if it reached rivers, lakes, or streams.
You mean fish can't?
See, that's what shocked me. Mountain Dew is not going to kill fish. No way.
You just don't know.
No way. I'm not.
Mountain. Are you a Mountain Dew guy or a Mellow Yellow guy?
I'm almost 45 years old now, so I can't drink Mountain Dew a lot because that's just insane.
Right.
But I allow myself 1 can of Mountain Dew a week. In fact, I think this is my can for the week.
Look at that. I love it. I like that. I like Mellow Yellow. And you know what I really like? I like these new restaurants that have that machine where you can make your own flavor of pop.
See, I don't like that. I don't want work. I don't want
work. Yeah?
That's not my thing.
It's too much for you. You walk up there and there's buttons. And like, do I want Coke? Do I want caffeine-free Diet Coke? It's really that big of a deal for you, huh?
I don't need. I just give me the beverage. I don't want to. You don't give me a chore to do. Just give me my drink.
Okay. Give me my drink. See, I'm the other way. I like the options. When we came home from the Tiger game, we stopped at this Wendy's and they had one of those. They had this Dave's Cherry Cream or something that you can only get at Wendy's. Whoa, was that good? Really? Oh yeah, really good.
Like I said,
I like flavored pop.
I don't want to make my own drinks. Not a bartender.
Okay.
Not a bartender. New service in Muskegon could make one of the worst things. I love this. Could make one of the worst things in life a little more bearable. The My Time line will allow customers to hold a place in line at the Secretary of State or make appointments using their cell phone or computer. The My Time line service sends text updates to notify customers of their estimated wait time and allows them to request more time if needed. Muskegon's location is among the latest to receive the expansion of the service by being one of the 30 busiest in the state. So anything that makes that experience better.
I'm going to tell you what, because you don't come out here for this thing. And I understand that there, things come into play like, budgets and all this other kind of stuff. Right. Going to the Muskegon Secretary of State's office is the worst thing you could ever do.
How long do you typically spend?
Literally, I went there a couple of years ago to get license plate tab or something, I took a number, looked at the wait, got in the car, drove up to Whitehall when it was still open, the Secretary of State in Whitehall, got everything taken care of, came back, and they still had not gotten to my number.
Oh, my God.
All kidding aside, I have written legislators, I have written the Secretary of State, and I've said, look, for the population of this area, we do not have enough Secretary of State offices. It's and you know what? It spills over into Grand Haven, too. The wait's getting to be just as bad in Grand Haven.
Oh,
Next up is Sparta. I think Sparta is the closest. Maybe Fremont. I don't know if Fremont's still got one open. But the Muskegon Secretary of State, it's like walking through the seventh gate of hell.
oh, this app's going to make all that easier. So, very good thing.
Let's hope so.
All right, sports. Tigers beat the Twins 2-1. It was Cleveland over the Chi Sox 2-1, and still waiting on the Lumberjacks playoff series to start, and that's been delayed a week.
Yeah, it's going to be. I got to look at my calendar here. I think it's. What are we?
Yep.
April.
Yep.
I think it's April 20th.
Yeah,
Didn't I
you
send
sent me the link, and
read those things when I send them to you.
I know.
It's your job. I mean, you can't be a bartender.
Well,
but
I
you
can read
links.
links.
I even gave you a computer so you can read links. I mean, what more do you want?
It's not for another week,
Dave,
so you got time yet. Gird up, grow that playoff beard.
That's what we got to do. See that? I'm
You
working on it
appreciate
right
the
now.
tie, the loosened tie, rolled up the sleeves. I look like a
Loved
real
it.
journalist.
I loved it today. You were absolutely on spot. Clear-minded,
Concise.
sharp-witted, beautiful tie. Love the purple shirt. Dude, you've really
It
got
pops.
it going.
It brings out the highlights.
Or shine.
Whatever.
Goodbye.